Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title in today's video, we're going to the top 5 3v3 lineups in 2K20. So, what we're going to start with, I'm going to show you number 5, as you can already see on the screen right now. What I want to explain first of all though, is I'm going to show you a couple player examples. They're not the most spot on, so don't take them too seriously and to heart. Just understand that. I wanted to put AD as like a rim sharp, but I just figured that'd be too unrealistic. Stuff like that. You'll just don't pay too much attention to that. I know I'm going to get a lot of comments talking about like, yo, like, why are you putting Al Horford as my rim sharp? I do so much more than that. Like, yo, listen, don't take it that seriously. Anyway, one little thing that I'm gonna get out of the way real quick is I have this theory, all right, and it's in your backcourt, players 1 and 2, not 3 included, but 1 and 2. If 1 doesn't have defense, then I don't think 2 should either. I'll put it like that. But if 1 has defense, I feel like 2 should as well. I'll get into that later in the video. Anyway, lineup number 5. As you can see, we got the slash sharp point guard, rim sharp is the big, and then pure sharp wing. Also, these are the pie charts too. I'm not going to be going over the player type because you know how it is. Glass cleaning lockdown could be a rim sharp, it could be, you know, it could be a pure rim, pure glass, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going over the pie charts basically. This is pure sharp wing, so like a 6'7"-ish, 6'8" player, and then like a 6'4", 6'5" slash sharp point guard, and then like a 6'11", 7-foot-ish rim sharp. The reason I say this is the rim sharp allows your slashing sharp point guard. When you have the versatility like this from your 1 and the 3, where the big man can get to the hoop on a roll and he can pick and pop, and the guard can get to the hoop on a dunk really well, and he can shoot, and he's still pretty fast too because of the height. Now, again, like I usually say, I'm not a big fan of putting defense in the lineup, but if you wanted to go with a two-way sharp for this, I do understand. But I feel like a pure sharp creates the exact thing I'm talking about. Now, I want to get this out of the way. I know it's going to take a little bit longer for explanation, and I know it's stalling the video for those who are just really here to see the top 5, but I want to explain this, all right? The reason I say you shouldn't have defense in your, like, wing player if you don't have defense in your point guard is they're just going to be able to switch however, they're going to be able to force switches however they want, and you're going to be stuck with a good defender playing off ball for absolutely no reason, and then getting your bad defensive guard stuck on defense on ball. So the reason I say to go with the lineup like this too is because you can then force mismatches as well. The pure sharp, when you run a wrap where the sharp will cross behind the screen and the point guard runs off it as well, you're basically having your two guards cross each other, and you can choose your matchups basically. If they don't switch it, then bro, they're just at a loss. So anyway, that's what I would do with this lineup. A lot of cross action where you're crossing the guards across from each other, and then maybe some two-man pick and pop, pick and roll action right here while you just have really good spacing from this. Now, we're gonna go to number 4. Again, I understand that like Lonzo's not the best example of a lock play, but I think it really is, but not in the way that I'm explaining it. All right, so two-way sharp point guard. I'm talking he's a 3-and-D point guard who gets, you know, gold dimer, gold floor general. As you guys know, if you watch my channel with Kitchen, man goes nuts. And then this is basically my two-way athletic at the 3, and then a lock play where it's just a really good corner spot up while being a great defender. And like I say, if you have a great defender in your backcourt, you might as well have a great defender on your wing too, because then they can't hide anywhere. They can't run anywhere and like expose one defensive player. So anyway, and then the two-way athletic just fits very well with this two-way sharp, just off the fact that he's coming off picks looking to, and I understand Chris Paul's more like a pure play, but listen, Chris Paul can do it all right? But anyway, I'm not here to discuss the, I swear, I just hate that I'm gonna get so many comments, but I just wanted visual effects for like, you know, more flavor to the vid. But anyway, long story short, this is a lot of two-man pick and roll right here. This guy's not getting too involved, but what he could do as well, he can also spot up. He can take the ball as a point guard, and then you can run off-ball screens for this player and really utilize the fact that you have a great playmaker playing on off-ball in the corner too. He can ISO a little bit while you do off-ball screens right here, but for the most part, like I said, I would spot him up in the corner because these lock plays can shoot decently. He gets floor general, defensive anchor, all that good stuff, so it's going to help both of you guys right here who are carrying the load on offense and defense. And I think this is a really slept-on build, or just lineup in general. So anyway, I'm going to show lineup number 3. It's play sharp, lock sharp, and rim sharp. So again, like I say, this is a reason that I feel like this lineup is so great, and I'll put it like this. There's another variant of this as well that's very good, and I put it as 3.5. But what I would say is you have a lot of shooting, which you know, always keeps the defense on its toes. This build right here exposes all the slow bigs who just cannot do anything. It forces a lot of switches, and in which case, if you know what you're doing with the slips, easy slips with this player right here, if you're just really confident in your play sharp exposing a center when he gets switched onto him, that's simple as that. This player can also still wrap on screens too because of the decent range extender and shooting, or he's just a good spacing player. Like I said, this lineup is very similar to lineup number 3, just a little bit more of like speed and shooting rather than finishing ability from your point guard. But anyway, essentially the same lineup, but I feel like a lock sharp complements the play sharp a little bit better than a pure sharp would, just because, you know, your goal is to already shoot. You don't need like pure shooting essentially. Now 3.5. This is like the same exact lineup, but with a pure play at 99. Pure playmaker at 99. This is a better lineup than number 3, but it's very rare because, you know, you have to reach 99 with a pure playmaker. But anyway, the story behind this is at 99 with a pure playmaker, you get contact dunks unlocked. So basically what I'm talking about here, this is straight ISO or pick and pop, simple as that. Now you can also, still the same principles if they want to, you know, play really low on the screen and give up the pick and pops, or if they play super high on it, you can get the rolls with this player. This rim sharp is very underrated, just at the right heights. But anyway, I just figured I'd throw that one in there as well. Number 2. All right, so coming back to what I said in the beginning of the video, like I said, if you don't have defense at your 1 spot, you might as well not have defense at your 2 spot. Now, to have rebounding and rim protecting at that 3 spot is pretty essential too, and it helps with the, you know, good screen sets as well. So what this lineup's all about is, this is for easily exposing the builds and the teams that come in with 1 defender. So what I'm saying basically is, you know, if a team comes in with, like, so let's say like a 6'4", like 3-and-D point guard, but then they also have one of the exact same things as this Curry build, the play sharp. Now, who has the advantage? Because now you have 2 play sharps, and you can just attack the one that isn't good at defense. And if they try to switch him on the ball, you just give it to the other guy. Now, obviously, they're not going to be able to put anybody but a big man on the rim protector. So it's just a lost cause at this point. Like, I just feel like having 2 offensive threats in the backcourt or 2 defensive threats in the backcourt is the best idea. Now, we'll get to lineup number 1 real soon, but I just do want to explain this. 2-man pick and roll game is the idea here. And the point of this is, you could go with a pure sharp in this spot, you know, like a Klay Thompson type build, and run more wraps and stuff. But this is a very simple kind of park IQ, I would say, level. Like, you know, not many people really think to run the wraps and read it properly and all that stuff and yada yada. This makes it simple to where you can just attack the worst defender in the backcourt with either of these 2 guys and just have the other one play off ball with the defender on him. Now, if they bring 2 defenders, you're kind of screwed, which is why that's number 1. All right, so 2 two-way sharp point guards. So essentially it's the exact same thing as this lineup, but what you have is basically the defense and a little bit more offense to add into it, just because, like, the alley-oop ability, you're going to be looking to pass a little bit more with this, just because you're not going to be as dominant of a point guard. But the point being, that's kind of aside from the point, but you want to have a little bit more offense at this 3 spot, while still, you don't need to be a pure rim, you know, like number 2. But with number 1, listen, I'll take this matchup over the Curry matchup any day. I'm talking Curry. We'll just use Curry and Chris Paul. Chris Paul is going to have his way with the Curry. Now, I know, don't pay attention to the actual players, but I'm just saying the 2-way sharp is going to have its way with the play sharp, just because at the end of the day, you have to weigh offense and defense, and the defense is just going to dominate their offense, basically. I don't know how to explain it other than just saying that, to where this is a dominant matchup. Now, depending on the height, I think this build right here, so what I explain this build as is a 6'9" slash sharp, or slash defender, essentially. So this build, I know a lot of people like to make those like glass locks, you know, the 7'3" dudes who are super slow and like can't play perimeter D. This build, you're not the most menacing down low presence and best rim protector, but your hedge defense is out of this world. I mean, you can make up so much ground. Really, what I should have put for this lineup is Anthony Davis, because that's more like what you play as. It's more of an Anthony Davis, not Giannis, as like a ball handler. You know, it's just a great screen setter, but Anthony Davis can pick and pop, so that's why I didn't really want to put him as an option. With this build, you're not going to be able to shoot, obviously, with the 2-way athletic. But anyway, long story short, what this lineup is good for, and I love it for it, is there's no weak link on defense at all, unless the only weak spot on this lineup is the fact that you have a point guard playing the 2 spot. And maybe they have a taller wing player who is going to give him problems, but I highly doubt it, bro. Unless you're like a post scorer and you bring 2 bigs, and at that point you're not going to lose the 2 bigs, because here's the thing, now you got 2 guards. Whoever, if they bring 2 bigs, you just have whoever has the guard on him just spot up and then attack 2 bigs in pick and roll. The big is going to be way too slow to play hedge D against this. They're going to be forced to play sides. You get easy slips, you shoot through the gaps, simple as that. It's a beautiful lineup. I love running it myself whenever we get the opportunity to, but it's very rare because my Duke Kitchen has this build and I have this build, but we don't have another one of these yet. This is the plan in Pro-Am too for my team. We're going to be running 2 of these dudes and then 1 of this, and then it'll allow us to get a lot more offense in the corner as well. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, all that good stuff. Feel free to turn on the notifications as well. If you enjoyed this video, let me know, or if you think the player comparisons could have used somebody differently, just feel free to comment that as well. And then let me know, let's shoot for like 400, 500 likes on this, and I'll be bringing the 2v2 lineups. So anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Like I said, if you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, all that good stuff. But other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.